What's up, y'all? It's Jam and Sam, and today we're going to restore Leave Time for Love from Secret of Mana. And this is, I forgot where this plays. I'm not really sure. I think it's the Mana Fortress. Yeah, it's the Mana Fortress, when you're in the Mana Fortress. So let's play this. I'm going to play back this song once, and then I'll start adding my instruments. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's see. Hi, where are you from? I'm from New Orleans, now residing in New York. So I moved to New York about a couple of years ago, and before that, I was living in New Orleans for 7 years. Where are you from? I see that looks like Russian symbols, or yeah, like Russian. I'm gonna say it looks like Russian symbols. So we have this. I have the piano, I have the strings, I have my drums, I have a choir, and let's see, there is also a marimba in here somewhere that I heard. We're also using some TG-77 instruments, quite a few of them. I think flute and at least harmonica. So this, let's see, we're using the marimba, and we're gonna scale the volume to 150%. Turn off the reverb. What's the name of your program? It's FL Studio, Fruity Loop Studio. That's what I'm using. So let me name this marimba. And let's see what we have going on in the first channel. Let me mute out all these other things. We got drums. All right, so now this top part here is the snare. So if we just select all these notes. Okay, I know this program. Ah, you do. Nice. It's a good program. I like FL Studio. So let me call this pattern drums. And I'm going to go and paste this into the snare sample. And I'm going to put this at C5. I don't know if it is C5, but let's see. It's a little bit lower than that. A little lower. Maybe A. Yes, that's it. There we go. And so now I just need the kick. So I select all these, copy, and paste it to the kick. And I'm pretty sure that's the right pitch, but I need to shorten it a bit. Nice. Yes, that's the right pitch. Okay, so now we have our main drums. Let me turn up the snare a little bit. I want the snare to hit at 3. Let's see. And I want the kick to cut itself. That means that the notes don't bleed into each other. So it cuts off the other notes. Yes. Yes, I am Russian. Putin is a crazy old man. Yes, he is. That is the sentiment that of most Russians I know. Well, every Russian I've met says the same thing. They don't like him any more than we have liked Trump or Biden. So I feel that very much. Hey, I played some of your Donkey Kong restorations to my study group a year ago, and ever since then we booked rooms where we can have them in the background. Ah, nice. Wow, that makes me happy, man. That's good. That's awesome. I love that. Jamming out to Donkey Kong music in the study rooms. That's awesome. I love that. It makes me happy. So anyway, let's see. We've got some hi-hats in the next channel, I believe. So it looks like we have there's the downbeat is here. The downbeat is a quarter note in. So if we set the thing here, it should all make more sense. And because these are in the and now I can see a pattern forming, kind of. But it's not really a straight pattern. Like it changes a lot, so it doesn't matter. I don't need to shorten it. But this, on the other hand, I think follows a distinctive pattern, except for this part. Oh, and then it actually varies a lot, just like the others. Like it pretty much does the same kind of variations as the rest of them. And so, but the difficult thing here is that you have hi-hats, like you have long hi-hats and short hi-hats in here. So, and the only way to distinguish the two is to actually select the long hi-hats. You see Donkey Kong 4 fan game, you need to write him to Facebook. Oh yeah, I've heard people say that. The Donkey Kong 4, Donkey Kong Country 4. Yeah, I've heard about that. It looks pretty cool. I'll have to have a conversation with him. So the hi-hats, let's see. Oh, I do. What did you say? I do video game music too, and your mixing is insanely good. So glad to see you stream your process. Yes, I'm glad. I'm always happy to share my process. You know, I've done this so many times, and you know, so many of the first iterations of the restorations are so bad. I learned along the way. It's been like 2 years of constant like mixing and learning to get me to this point. So it's all about repetition. It's all about doing the thing over and over again. But yeah, I want to do video game music. I want to compose original music. So that's awesome that you're doing that. If you're doing original, I don't know if you're doing covers or what, but that's awesome too. I'm trying to do more covers. So anyway, let's see. We have got a pattern of hi-hats that is pretty, like the long hi-hat, it's mostly short hi-hats, but the pattern of long is pretty consistent. I think it's every 2 and 4 of every bar is a long hi-hat. So you got So yeah, it's pretty much the 2 and 4 consistently. Except for at the end of this one bar, there's at the end of bar 5, there is a double long hi-hat. So it's like yeah, I think it's like right here. So let me check that again. So it's the same with the next one. So then it stops doing the, there's these rapid ones and it kind of stops doing that. Like it only does it on the 2, I think. So let me start selecting these. Let me start. I'm gonna have to hold Control and Shift to select multiple notes. Let's see, 2, 4, and this thing runs in a pattern, so I can kind of trim it down to the patterns for time's sake. Let me first copy this intro, and then let's go to Find First Empty and call this hi-hats. And so let me paste this first part. Actually, I need to paste it in the hi-hat channel. So I just paste it there and then put it down to the middle C note. And so that's my intro. And then I'm gonna have to select what is the long hi-hats. And so these, like it's a variation every 4 bars. So this one is a unique bar. So let's see, this one is the repeated one. And then we have this one with the 2 at the end. And so let's copy that. And let's see. And so let me put my time marker here. And then I can paste that there. And then let me grab the short hi-hats out of that. It'll be easier just to grab all of them and just like delete these long hi-hats later. So if I grab all of this, these are my first 2 variation bars. Oh, and then I put this down to C and remove the 2 and 4. And remove the 2 and E thing. Just basically remove where the long hi-hats are supposed to go. And I move this down to C5. So I need to stop this, the open hi-hat from bleeding into itself. So just do cut self, click cut self. And I think, is that right? Let me see, because I thought that a variation was a little bit different at the end. Oh, it's the other way around. So there's 2 short hi-hats at the end, and it's just a double long hi-hat on 2 and 4. Now, one problem is they still kind of run into each other because the note stops a little bit short. And so I want to like set up a sustaining envelope, because the note is held by default. The note is held like even after you hold down the note. So you just want to set up a little bit of release and a sustain. Like that. There you go. Now it has more punch because it stopped. When the notes stop like that, you hear a little bit of silence at the end. It has more punch because you hear more of an accent on the start of each note, rather than if they just kind of went into each other. So that is the first, well, 3 bars really. Let me add a time signature thing here on the downbeat. Let me set my snap to beat and then start it there. And now what happens is you have this, so you have the drum beat and then you have the hi-hats on top. And what I want to do is trim it down to this first bar and this second variation, and put the variation on bar 5. And let's see. Let me trim this down to that. And now it's like an AAAB repeated pattern. AAAB, AAAC, AAAD, and so on. So now these are going to repeat again. And then we have our C pattern. What is our C pattern? So we have, that's this right here. That's bar 9. So let's copy this down. At the end right here. And let's move it down to C5. And then we can, let's see, let me Control Shift, select and cut these two. I think it's the same kind of thing. Let me see. I think it's like this one does play the double hi-hats at the end. If I cut that, wait a minute, what? Why would you do that? That is not what I asked for. That's nuts. Okay, so basically, I just want a long hi-hat here, and then a double short one here. So now we have this C variation, and I can just really stretch this out, but let's see. I want the C bar here. Let me just make sure this one, yeah, what? Wait, what? Oh, I see what I did. Yeah, I need a regular A here. So that's AAAC, and now if I do, yeah. Oh no, I think it does the double hi-hats in the same place. So the hi-hats are over here again. Like that. And then, if I'm not mistaken, let me put the MIDI here. Reference, we have that first variation again, AAAB. After that, we have AAAB again. We have just this one repeats. If I copy this, wait, what? Hold on. Yes. And then take the intro out of this one. Nice. And then after that, we have just the C again. So it just repeats that whole pattern twice. So let me grab this, Control, paste, and move it over. And then we have a different section that does something unique. So it's like, and then we have whatever this is going on right here. We have 2 bars of the regular kind of thing. So let me put this down. And then these are unique. So what is these doing? Oh wait, this is not the same thing. Okay, so these are doing something unique. And one thing I can do to find this, because this is kind of hard to hear, is I can go and look at the patch change log, and I can see where there's a long hi-hat, because the patch changes. So if I zoom this in here, and then I go to the piano roll, let's see. Here's where it starts to get interesting. Other than that, it's just a straight pattern. So what happens is we have the what's the next game you're planning to remaster? If you don't mind, you mind if I ask for you to remaster a song? The only remasters I'm doing now is by commission. So it has to be a commission. It's $50 to commission a song. And but I'm not doing any of these anymore like by request. It's always by commission now. From now on, I'm going to be doing covers and originals because I don't really want to be doing this for like all the time. I don't want this to be like my thing. I want it to be doing I want it to be like composing original tunes and like the end goal is composing original tunes. So I don't want to be just doing this. So if I'm going to do one of these things, I need to be like getting because these take a long time. And so if I'm going to be doing one of these things, I need to be like receiving some kind of income for it. I can't do these for free anymore, is the point. So I hope that answers your question. Uh let's see. So let's see, we have on bar 18. We have a unique pattern where it does a long hi-hat on 3. On every 3. So if we grab this, wait. We grab because these are all unique. This bar is like repeated. No, wait, this one's unique too. And then let's see. So we have that, and let's see, that is 2 bars. And then the pattern changes again, so these are all unique. And this is going to take a minute to figure out. So I'm just going to start with these 4 bars. Copy this, and then the first, so it goes on the third beat, third beat, third beat, third beat. And then after 4 bars, wait, 8. Yeah, for 4 bars, it's all on the third beat. So that's pretty simple there. Let me just copy that and get that done. Yeah, they do take a long time. Thank you for understanding. Wait, I don't want to do that. So so this, I'm gonna take this one out. 3, 3, 3, all the third beats. And then I'm gonna put them into open hi-hats. Like that. And so that's our next 4 bars. So we can erase this, and really it's just a continuation. Like it's continuing off the last bar, so we can just extend that out. And then after that, we have more variations. So if I go to the channel that it was on, and I go to, let's see, there it is. So I went from bar 18 to 22, and now from 22 to, let's see, okay, here we go, 22. Let me zoom in here. So 22, so starting on 22 for 4 bars, they all, like all the long hi-hats are on the 1 and 3. So he's kind of changing which beats that he's using, changing up every 4 bars, which beats he's putting the long hi-hat on. And so if I just select 4 bars and then I remember, hey, I want everything on the 1 and 3 to be a long hi-hat, then I'll be in good shape. So this, let's see, got that, and then I'm gonna take 1, 3, whoops, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. And then I'm gonna go to the open hi-hat and go and fill in those gaps. And then I just keep on extending that out. This guy was the king of like variations on drum patterns and crazy drum patterns. So now I want to go to, let's see, 26. Start on 26. And this time he's doing the 2 and the 4 again. And I wonder if this is like exactly the same pattern as before. He's just starting that up again. It looks like he is, yeah, because this is the same thing, and he's not even using any of the variations this time. He's just straight repeating that first part until bar 35 when he does a little ending, a little break, and then it's like these are all, this just loops back to the beginning. I think this is the same intro. Let's see. And so this is the same thing. The notes are a little bit longer, but that doesn't matter because the short one is just, it doesn't even get a chance to do that anyway. It's basically the same pattern. So all I need really is just one note, one short note at the end. And then I'll be in good shape. So all I need is just this, and that completes it. So now I just go and grab this first bar and just repeat that the whole time. Until the ending, when I let this last note ring out, there's I put a single note at the end of here. That is good, that's all I need. And then you just have the intro again. But I can really just paste it like that, like. But the drums part of this is unique. instead of just being one thing. It's like, hey, it's the whole thing. So for the loop, we have this, and then we also have but we want to remove the intro on the drum because it has a unique intro for this. It has a unique loop intro. Bridge or whatever. So yeah, so you use the intro from the hi-hats. And then you have the song over again. So what do I want to end these on? I'll figure that out later. So let's move on to our next channel, which is, let's see, a bass. So the bass doesn't have much going on. It's looks like it. It's just a gallop rhythm. Call this a gallop rhythm because it's just like it's the rhythm of a horse galloping. And so you have, let me put this in full screen now. So we have this whole thing, and this just kind of repeats itself. Wait, no, it doesn't. It's pretty much it's mostly unique. So let me just copy that. Let me find first empty and call this bass. And I haven't put a bass patch yet, so let me go and drag a bass patch in. And this comes from the Yamaha A4000, the Yamaha Professional Sound Library CD collection. Probably originally from the TG77, but who knows? It's the same sample, so I don't care. So now we have this, and it goes down an octave. And I want some release on this because it's kind of sounds too computerized. It doesn't sound like a real bass at all. So let me give it like 90 milliseconds. That's a little bit much. Let me give it. That's good. I like that. And let's see. Let me start giving these a mixer track. So the kick can go to 1, snare can go to 2, hi-hats can go to 3, and then the bass can go to, let's see, 4. So we'll call this kick. And this one bass. No, this one snare. I wouldn't have noticed the horse galloping until you said it. Now I can't unnotice it listening to the song. Yeah, it's kind of gives you the image of a horse, Gives you a different image now. And I think a track in Yoshi's Island does that too. It's like like with the snare, it's like a on the athletic theme or something like that. And okay, so there's a whole section where the bass is gone here, and then we just have this intro, but it's unique, so I can't remove it. But I don't want that space either. So let me just put it in another bar, in the next blank bar, and then I'm gonna keep this down here. But I want it to. It doesn't have an intro, so I want to leave space. And so all I want to do. Let me put this right here actually. And no, it's got to be zoomed out so it's hard to see. So let me slice this here. And put it there. So now I can just do Control B. Like select all these and just do Control B for the loop. But I don't want that for the, well, I might want it, I don't know. We'll see. I might not want it for the ending. So now we have our bass. But the bass is really loud by default, so let me turn it down. I want it to peak at 6. Yes. Nice. Cool. Very much in the having the hi-hats layered with the damn, I gotta get back to work. See ya. All right, have fun, man. Have fun. Thanks for coming in. Yeah. All right. Now let me call this marimba because I think it got unnamed somehow. So now I have that. That's all good. The bass is all good. Now let's move on to the fourth channel. We got strings. And up until now, nothing is... Wait, except for... There's some kind of panning going on with these hi-hats, but I'm not sure what it is. Let's see. There's no hi-hats, there's no automation, so I don't know what that is. Like it's moving around in some way. I can't tell what that is. I think it might just be reverb, stereo reverb or something like that. But nothing is panned up to now, except for these strings. So I don't need to worry about panning, but I do need to worry about it for the strings. We got 45% right. So I already have the strings put in. I have a strings with a Mercado envelope, so let me set this to 45 right. And then I'm going to go and grab this because it doesn't look like, let's see, it looks like it follows a pattern here. So there's that. Let's see, it's the pattern starts, the repetition of the pattern is here. So we can just select this. And if I can get the right note. There we go. So I'm just going to select all of this, except for that repeated part, the first repetition. And then this high note I didn't quite catch, so let me go Control Shift and select again. And so I'm going to go into Contact. Let me see what my strings are. Strings are channel 2. So let me select channel 2, paste, and Alt-C to change. It's very much disco style strings. And what makes it disco style is because it's very minory and it's strings. That's about it. And it's in the high end. It's like violins range. So it's very disco style, and this is a kind of a disco style beat, but it's very industrial because what they do is he put the hi-hats on the snare beat most of the time, so it has a very industrial feeling. And of course there's the industrial style snare too. Yeah, disco has a lot of like flowing, has a lot of string lines like this. Very like kind of dramatic and romantic like that. Now I want the release to be not so long because it's like these short ones are running into each other and I don't want that. There we go. Might put it to 270. There we go, that's good. Now one thing I do like about disco strings is that they have a slur, like and by slur I mean that the notes slur into each other. So there's a portamento effect, like because whenever the player like the player is encouraged to like slide his finger across the strings, his or her finger across the strings, so that it's not like so much an exact note, it kind of slides between notes. And so in the computer, we call this a portamento effect instead of a slur. So what I want to then do is go to my source, which is, pitch and stuff, basically. And I want to go to, let's see, add modulator and others. Go to glide. They call it glide in Contact. Some people call it portamento. And I want to set it to really low because that means two means 2 notes. I want it to be like 1/10 of a note. And then I just need to make the speed longer. And it's not working. I think that's because there's too much space in between the notes. Let me see. So if I go to quick legato, I might have to extend the range. There it is. Why does the speed have to be so long? I don't know why it's not working very well. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, that sounds nice. I like that. And so now we want to create a separate master output channel because we have everything going to the base right now. And so within Contact, you can send different patches to different channels. So I want to send this to plugin out 3 and 4. And then we have to tell the wrapper, which is FL Studio's VST engine, that which mixture track we want this to send to. So we want to send it to, let's see. Oh, I forgot to name everything. Let me see. Hi-hats. And this is the bass. And by default, everything is going to the bass. So I want it to, and this is an additive mixer track. So I send it to one over, the next mixer track over by going to +1. You can go to negative and positive, but sending it to 1 goes the next one over. So I want to call this strings. And now the strings will show up here. Nice. And let's see, do we have anything else in this pattern? Let me see if it changes at all. Oh, it does change a bit. Look at that. There's a patch change on 21. Ah, we have a harmonica. Let me check. I want to see if that has an envelope on it, on that harmonica. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have vibrato either. So we don't really need a special pattern for this. I just need to copy the, well, I can go to the pattern and let me call this strings. And then cut this. And then you have this sweep at the end. That's also a harmonica. Let me cut this, and I'm going to send it to a new find first empty. Well, I don't need to name it, so I'll just leave it as is. But I'm going to create a MIDI out. And let me plug in my MIDI stuff right now. Let me send this to port 2. I have it mapped to port, I have the USB MIDI thing mapped to port 2. Let me plug in my I don't need that. So now I can paste this into the MIDI out. And I don't need all this space, so I can just... I need some space, but not a lot, so I can just drag this away. So now let me go. I'm gonna take you guys to where the TG77 is, because we're recording this from the TG77. So I'm using this step down transformer. Let's see. So I got this, and this is the TG77 here. And so I just push the on button, and then it starts to fire up. And now I want to put on effects bypass so that I don't get any reverb. And right now I just want to, so this BR means brass. And now I just want to go into the winds. So let me try to find the winds by pushing the bank button. But I don't see it. So let me try cycling. There it is. Okay, so Muthi is the harmonica patch. And so now I just want to use that. All right. And now if I go to play it, you won't hear anything, but that's because I have I have to put an input. I have to receive audio from it. So now I select in 2, and that's receiving audio, so. Nice. Nice. So now I just go to Edison, and then I go press record, and then play. Stop recording, and trim the side noise. I think this cuts it off, huh? A little bit. Nice. But I think I don't want all that. Yeah, because it's cutting some of it off. I don't want all that. So I can remove all this, but I need some of that tail. It's kind of why I don't like the trim side noise function. It trims some of the signal off too. So that I can save into TG77 recordings. Let's call this Love Harmonica. And then I'm going to go into the TG77 recordings and grab that recording and drop it in. And so I want to, first I want to make space for my strings. So and then the harmonica fits in right here. That one note sounds like it's off. Let's see. Might be the glide. Like that one note of the string sounds off. Pitch. So let me try disabling the glide function, and let's see. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. I think it's actually that the note is off. Let me go and look at that. It might be that that A is kind of out of tune. Yeah, it's like 6, 7 cents out of tune, which is a seventh of a note. So now if we go into the mapping editor, and then we select that note, and then we can go to the tune is, we can go negative 0.06, I guess. It still sounds out of tune. Why does it sound out of tune? Maybe I did that, maybe I did that too much. I don't know. Let me turn up the reactivity and see if it's... Okay, now it catches it. Let's see. Kind of all over the place, it looks like. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds a little better. Still sounds kind of weird, but you know. Now, the harmonica, I have to figure out the timing on the harmonica. So that should start... Well, it should end right before the bar. And then the last one... No, wait. Wait. Oh, I think I recorded the wrong thing. Damn. So... Let's see, I recorded this. No, I forgot this part. It was this part that was the second part. Dang. Okay, so now I have to record that part again. Let's see. Let's cut this. And then go into the pattern 6. And I can paste this. Wait. Shift I to invert my selection. Put this here and then kind of remove this space. But I also want to actually, yeah, I also want to cut this and put it back into the strings because that is actually supposed to be strings. And let me make sure that that's actually the timing that it goes at. Wait, where does that, what is that note doing at the end of there? Like this is, that's weird. Where did I get that last note from? That's crazy. Um, so let me just remove that because I have no idea what's going on. Um, Let me just select this again. And it goes at the end of the bar. But this is already, let's see. Oh, I have to put the signify the downbeat here. And then this goes and then I just Alt C to change it. Nice. So now these strings play once more. And the intro is gone. Wait, is that right? No, wait, this is the end. This is where it, wait. Oh, because I didn't do that repetition first. There we go. So I just have to cut this. Let's see. So then that and that. And this. Now here comes the part where I have to put the harmonica in at the right time. So it just goes, let's see, it goes about 2 steps in. And that's why I can't get the timing quite right, because I have to go on the steps. That's 2 steps, and then I can cut this here and say that I want, and this is interesting because there's not enough space. That is strange. What is going on there? Okay, so this is the line, but that note is really long for some reason. Why is that note so long? Oh, wait, that is because that's the old line. I forgot to record it. Yeah, I have to record it. So I have to record this again. And then just, let me put a dead note here so that it, that last note out with the release. And so then I just go to Edison, new recording, and record and play. Play in this, in the pattern. Cut recording and select this part and turn some noise. But also stop this from playing, and that's it. Now I'm going to save this over the last one. And so now I'm just going to go to this and press and right click and press reload. So now it has the correct line. And so now this one is going to end right here. So that should be the right one. And so this moves up. Moves up. And that's going to be at the top. But for some reason, oh, this one goes right here. Right there. And I still think that note sounds out of tune, but I have no idea how to fix it. I think it's because of it probably is because of the glide effect. Let's see. If I bypass this. It is the glide effect. So if for some reason that glide effect is is just ruining that note completely. I don't like the way Contact's pitch glide is working on this. It's crazy. So I guess I'll just disable it since it's really not working how I want it to. Or maybe I just lower this because 37 is a lot. Let's see. Yeah, it's straight up not even working because with this I should really hear it. Like it's because this is like a second, like an entire second of glide. And this should show me what the pitch is doing, but it doesn't. Let's see. See, it should... It's not even... It's just making it out of tune. It's not even working right. That's crazy. So, contacts... This thing is not really doing right, so I'm going to delete it. That's unfortunate. So... So that fixes that problem. And now I just have this harmonica. I need the panning on the harmonica. And I also need to give it a mixer track. I can remove this and let's see, for the harmonica, it's probably going to be the same panning as the strings. So right here, it's also 45% to the right. I know how this composer works now. He just leaves it the same value. That's good. And now I think I can remove that the tuning, like the tune offset on that note. So now that I fixed that. Okay, and now we can move on, finally. So now we have a flute, looks like. And it has vibrato, so it's gonna have some kind of envelope on it. And this should be a flute all the time, I think. Yeah. So this is always gonna be a flute, and now I just need a copy. So I just need to copy this whole thing. And then I'm gonna go to the pattern that we had this on and just delete this and paste this here. And then I'm going to call this flute. And I think the vibrato is delayed. Yeah. It's a delayed vibrato, so we need to know when the note starts and ends. And so now I'm just going to go to my TG77. And let's see. So I'm going to go to the TG77 and switch to my flute. It's very close by. Let's see. No. There we go, flute. So now we've got the flute loaded up. Now if I play it, it should play. I need to go. Okay, so that's good. Now let me go into Edison and record that. Okay, so cut that and then trim the side noise. Cut playback, and then we're gonna go save this sample as love flute. And then I'm gonna go refresh the browser so that it shows up. And then just let me make space for it first. Let me put this above here. Drag this in. It has no intro, so it's just gonna go right here. And so here we go. And so now I want to insert one, and this is going to be for the flute's pattern because we need to give it a vibrato. And so I'm going to go turn this MIDI out into a envelope controller. And so I'm going to disable this envelope because we want an LFO. And so what's going to happen is we're going to have this LFO come in like after a while, after a few seconds of the note, like this, like so. Well, we want it to be a fast vibrato, so let me just play it, and then it'll come in. Oh wait, I have to actually link it to the pitch, and I want to make this as small as possible because we're linking it to the main pitch knob. The main pitch knob has a range of like 3 octaves, so we want this to be a really small because it's not even a note. It's not even a whole note vibrato. It's like just a small vibrato, so we want it to be very tiny. So I'm gonna go set the filter group to all so I can see my audio recordings, and then I'm gonna link the pitch knob to articulator 1. I have to do sustain loop in. And I want to so that this thing's got to return to 0, otherwise it's going to be out of tune on a different note. So what I then want to do is just put a piece at the end as a release so that it goes back down to 0. And let's see, what else did I want to do? I don't remember. So let me isolate it to just that flute. Might be need to be a little slower. That sounds good. Let me check that out. Let's see. Might be a little stronger. And maybe like have more of a sine shape. Maybe a little faster. A little less intense. And now we don't really want this thing wiggling around too much because it's going to change the time. So what I want to do is stretch pro. I can do stretch pro. So then it's going to keep it the same. So that's cool. That works. Let me give this a mixer track and also take its panning. So let me now set all these. And the panning is 45% to the right as well. So I'm going to copy this knob, copy value, and paste it on the flute recording. So let's see, we've got that, and then I need to send it to a mixer track. So let me send this to a mixer track and call this flute. Okay, so now we've got that, and now we can go to the next channel, which is the piano, which I already have added. I just need to copy it. And it's got a panning sweep here. It's going from left to right. And it does that right starting out. Oh, wow. And it looks like a repetition here. Ah, we have wire here. So let me copy that. And I'm gonna call this piano. And then I'm gonna go into contact and Alt C to change it. Wait, it's selected channel 2. Gotta go to channel 1 and Alt C to change. Oops, sorry. Let me go up an octave. Control A to select all. Move it a little bit. And that is entirely too loud, so what I want to do is take the volume down. Let me insert one here. And so this is going to go all the way across. Let's see. Like this. That's going to go on the loop. And now I just want to go grab the choir. Oh, but I also need a mixer track for this piano. Let me create another master output channel. Go to my outputs and go to set it to 4 and 5. And so I'm going to go to +4, I think. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, okay, cool. So it's good. So now let's call this piano. And then set the, wait. So this is going to be center panned. So we don't need to do anything for the panning. And then now I just need to grab the, hold on. Grab the choir sample. And then go and copy the choir's notes. Find first empty, call this choir. And then go to that and gotta put it up an octave. Let me hear that. Let me hear it. So I want a little bit of attack. Let me give it 1 step of attack. Maybe even less. Maybe just like a little bit. Let's see. More attack. Need more decay. A little more attack too. But I want it to ring out that whole note, so let me make it longer. I don't know if I want it to be able to fully go out. No, it doesn't even fully, so it needs to be longer than that. And then they have that one short one at the end for some reason. actually like 2 of them for some reason, somehow. Nice. Okay, and the panning on that is going to be, let's see. So I'm going to put this after the piano. I'm going to give it its own mixer track. Oh, that doesn't go. Oh, that's right, because there's a repetition in the piano. So that is 45% to the right again. Wow, everything's 45% to the right. No, wait, that's the strings. This one is 45% left. So I'm going to copy that value. Nice. Okay, so now we can move on. Wait, I need to give it a mixer track. So let's just call this choir. And let's see. Oh, we also have vibrato on that. Nice. So let's see, choir. But it kind of sounds like it, like before the vibrato, it kind of sounds like it's out of tune still. Like it's going, like it's drifting a lot. So even if I do reset. Yeah, it is out of tune, so it's like, let's see. Gotta go to like negative 10 cents. Negative 15 maybe. Negative 12. To be honest, I don't even think we need the, it's already gotten like a natural vibrato in it, so I don't think we need that. Nice. Okay, and did I catch? I caught the panning for that, yeah. Let's see. Hello, Jam and Clan. Well, work at home plus coffee plus your song plus equals comment. Peace. Thank you. Welcome, Mauro. Mauro. That's how you pronounce that. Yeah. So welcome. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Your camera is blurry. Oh yeah, it's because it sucks at focusing. That's why. Yeah. So I wish I could take off the autofocus, but every time I load Discord, every time I load OBS, it just resets it and it turns back autofocus on. So now if I take that off, I should be able to just turn up the zoom. And that should be better. Should be a little better. This one track I was waiting for. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Ed. Now it's okay. Awesome. Awesome. We're not blurry anymore and we can start, we can continue mixing music. So anyway, where was I? Let me remove this because I haven't needed this in like a long time and it's just been clogging up the screen. So now I need, I got all that. Now I just need the last, it's the last last channel. Ah, it's another choir. And this one is a different panning, but we have a sample, so we can just use note panning. So what I want to do then is, oh wait, I have the choir added here. I didn't need to do all that. I just need my, wait, let me center the panning now on the channel, and let me go to like my note panning and just go to 45% left for the notes, for these notes. And so that means that I can have them at different panning with the same channel. So now I go and find that choir. I think the whole, wait a minute. That's not the last channel. Oh, there's another choir here. That's right. And so now this does this stay a choir? No, it changes once at bar 18. So that means that I need, oh, the choir just kind of moves. So it moves up, it starts here, and it moves up to this channel, and something else fills this channel. I think that's the piano. Oh no, that's the marimba. Okay, so we have marimba, and then we have more choir after that. The choir comes back in, and let's see, we just, literally just, I can select this, and then Shift I to invert the selection, copy, and go to the choir channel, and now I have to paste this, and it's going to go up an octave. And so now these are supposed to occur later. So I go Shift I to invert the selection, and then I'm going to put these at the end because, wait, I lost my note. It's a G. I'm going to put this at the end because this is supposed to be at the end. So now we have that, and I have one more layer. And let me make sure that this is going to be all choir here. Yeah, it is. There's no changes in the patch change log. No changes, so it's all choir. So let me copy this. Paste this here, go up an octave with Control up. Oh wait, this is, hold on. This has to start here. So now we can send all of this to, what is it? No, this is a sample, so it doesn't matter the color. So now, the panning, let's see. As far as the panning goes, so we have this one at 45 left. What is the panning we need for that second layer? So it's here, and let's see. This one is also 45% left. So now these are all going to be the same color because the MIDI changes sets the color to each channel. So which one was that? I think that was this one, yeah, because this one was the one that started on C. So let's Shift C to select all those notes. And we're going to set that to be also 45% left. So now we just have this. And this one is going to be 70% to the left. And I want to make sure that this is the same like on the second part, because this is, okay, this one in the second part, this goes to 58% left. So that means that if we select these notes here, Shift C, and I want these to be 58% left. And so now I can select these. These should all be 70% left. Cool. So let me see if I got that right. We have 45% left and 70% left in the beginning. No, it's 58% left in the beginning. So this is still, wait. No, it is 45% because you have to go back for it to take. Okay, so 45% left and 70% left in the beginning, and then in the end, in the end, it's 45% left and 70% left still, but it just changes patterns for some reason. I don't know why he does that. Probably some technical limitation. And then in the end, it's 45, 58, and 70. So that's right. Nice. It's very gospely. What are those chords? Da da dum. I can guarantee you they're all major. So this is D major. G, A flat major, G sharp major. And then it goes to C sharp 5. Goes to C sharp. And D sharp major. So C sharp, no, it's neither major nor minor, and then it goes to D sharp major, and then to F major. You're literally going like. Nice, and it's all major chords. So he's kind of breaking the scale a bit here, just doing all major chords. And then we have, what is this? A G6. We have a G6 chord here. No, that's a C sus2. And then it's sus2, then it becomes G major. All right. So that's good. Now we can add, we got that already added in there. I just have to move it because now it waits a little bit. Okay. So now what else do we have? We have that marimba next. And that marimba is, let's see, here. So now we have that. It's pointing to a dead channel, so we just have to go select one and Alt C. And so that is that the right octave? I think we need an octave lower. Yes. And I don't want all that release because the notes are like bleeding into each other. You don't want that from a marimba. You don't want that from a marimba, so you're gonna have to take the release down. Not too down, because you want them to bleed in a little bit, but they're not like shouldn't be running over each other. Nice. Okay, so now let's give that marimba a mixer track. And then let's add it in there. Let me create one. And this can really move up because the choir plays more. So now let's put the marimba here and also put the choir again here. And so let's see, do we have anything at all left? No, we're done. So now I just need to mix it. I need to give it an ending. So let's see what we've got going on here. So we have this bridge here and that loops into it. So now what I can do is, let me add that same note from the intro for the flute. Cut that off and... Doesn't really sound right because it's going down and then it's like, yeah. Oh, but I forgot the flute in the, like, the vibrato part. Here we go. So what I really want it to do is go like, dum. I want it to go somewhere below there, like. So I don't want it to do that, but I don't really want to record it again either, so. I really want to record another note, but I could record another note because it's already selected. Awesome. Now that, let's see. Now that I hear while I walk through the morning streets here. Ah, nice. That's a vibe right there. That's awesome. So let me see. I can play it for you once if you want, like all the way through. Let's see. That choir is too loud. What is going on with these strings? Why are the note lengths changing on me? Because this should not be like this. This is like, well, how did that note get so long? I didn't stretch it out. It's nuts. I know that note is not supposed to be like that, so why did I get an extended C note? For no reason at all. That's crazy. It's weird. I saw the 610 this one. Wait a minute. That's not right because I still have to, like, there's that one repeated section I still need. Let's see. And then I just need to remove this intro. And then you have it going again. I was trying to write a quick ending. Let's see. Nice. Nice. Let's extend those notes for even longer. Another bar. Let the whole thing ring out. Nice. And I want to force that to kind of fade out faster by doing a master fade out. It's a pun because they call it the master fader. And so if it goes out, it's the master fade out. So now I just create an automation clip, stretch that out so I can make sure I'm getting it at the same spot, and then go down. Nice. Dope. Very cool. Where are the streets, by the way? Where are you from? That's because I do like can't really. Well, I can walk through the morning streets here, but it's pretty loud. But just curious. So let's see. We've got this all mapped out. So now I just need to mix it. So let me go through and like zero in on each instrument. We got the kick having, I can put some chorus on that maybe. Yeah, it sounds really cool. I don't think I need it though. I think the kick is supposed to be really solid because it is mostly. It does sound like it has some reverb though. And maybe some saturation. Nice. And now let's send it to the drum reverb bus. And let me give this a rev plate, because it's kind of like a drum machine. There we go. Subtle reverb. Nice. So now the snare is supposed to be louder, which I haven't had louder. And this one I want to saturate it considerably more. Maybe not that much more. This is fine where it is. But I want some chorus on it too. And I want to boost the highs. Brighten it up a bit. And it lost some power, so let me give it more volume. Actually, you know what? I think that was the saturator. It made it down, it put it down too much. There we go. Now it's at 3 again. Now, oh wait, I'm gonna send that to the reverb drum bus. Let me see if it does have reverb in the original though. I think it does. I think it has a little bit. There we go. Get that snap on it. But because I'm doing that, I want to turn it down now. And that keeps the original, keeps the brightness of the original. Might want it even more, I guess. I might just use an exciter to get all that snap without the volume. And then maybe turn that down and use a combination, because it gets too high, it doesn't really catch the middles enough. And then I want to take it back down to 3. So now I just want to measure that against the original. That works pretty well. I like that. Might even want it to be a little brighter. Maybe not that much brighter. And I want those notes not to run into each other, so I'm gonna go and tell it like to cut its notes. Like when it, so when a new note comes in, it just kind of cuts it off. I want to turn down the exciter a little bit. Nice. Okay, that makes it good. Now this, I want to lower the highs a bit. I might want to EQ even closer, like, because there's a specific set of highs that I kind of want to. Might even want to boost the lows a bit. And set that to about 9. And I want to give it some chorus. And I want to saturate it a bit. Nice. And I want to give it that reverb, so let's see. Did it just lose some like highs from that? I think it did. Nice. Okay, so now the bass. Let me just make sure that that stacks up for the hi-hats. Definitely some reverb there. Well, that's nice. Now the bass. There's also a little reverb there. Let me just boost that a little bit. Nice. And I think some chorus is in order. Now, I want a short reverb. Let's see. Nice. Okay, that works. Let me see how that stacks up one more time. It has an envelope on it though, so let me try and give it that. It's not a strong envelope, but it is noticeable. Nice. Okay, that works. Now what's next? Got our strings. We don't have to do a lot to this. Maybe some saturation. And they're kind of running into each other, so I want to go and, because I legatoed it, so I remove that natural, like, space. So I want to go and Control A and then Alt and try to take off the grid and try to kind of introduce that back in. And I want to boost the highs a little bit, just a little, just a touch. They should be very warm strings. Nice. Nice, so that works. Now let me give it some lead reverb. It's very subtle. Nice. Okay, so that's good. Now the harmonica. Just only playing on a specific part. Let's give that some chorus. Nice. And let's boost the highs on that. Saturate it a bit. Nice. And now that is... Where does that play in the original? I can't find where that plays. There it is. Yeah, it's kind of got more highs than that. Let's see. Nice. Let me also give it a exciter. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, I can boost it less if I have that. Nice. Okay, I'll send that to, let me see if that needs reverb. A little bit, just about the same as the strings. Oh, not the same as the strings, actually. I think. Yeah, we don't need all that. Nice. That's good. Give that the same. And let's put some chorus on this. Boost the highs. Boost the highs a lot for this one. Except for that part, because when it goes really high, it's like, we don't want that. So let's also saturate it. And then the piano. Give it a little chorus. Give it that shimmer with the chorus. And we can also give it a shimmer by boosting the highs a bit, making it brighter. Nice. And then let's give it an accompaniment reverb. Nice, beautiful. Now the choir, let's replace that tuner with a chorus. Let's give that some stereo separation. Well, it's already panned. Stereo separation just makes it go even more to the left. So it's already... We don't need the separation. Let's try separation on the piano because it's an accompaniment instrument. Give that a little separation. And let me boost the highs on that. Let me saturate it a bit. And it goes higher up here. I want to make sure I don't alienate those notes. Like, don't raise the brightness too much there. And let's give it some reverb now. Nice. I want to try some mid-side EQ on this. I think that might, because whenever I do stereo separation, it just pushes it further into the left channel, and I don't want that. So that's good. It's a little wishy-washy, but that's okay. Oh yeah, that really brings it up. Oh, I'm getting a little distortion in that from the saturation knob. Oh, that's because there's 3 notes here. Yeah, you never... So 3 notes makes it... More notes makes it louder, and louder makes it push the saturation harder, so you don't want that. Yeah, get the brightness up a bit too. Let me also make sure that it doesn't, this bright section, it doesn't. Wait. No, that's the strings. Yeah, that's still beautiful. I like that. And let me check the reverb. I want to know that there is the same amount of reverb, because this one's kind of different. Nice. And I want to remove some of the lows in here. I feel like you're supposed to be able to hear these higher, these more. Yes. Beautiful. Love that. But maybe not that much. Maybe just a little more subtle. I feel like I want more reverb on that, but that's gonna bring it up on the bass too. There isn't much reverb on it. I can tell you that much. Actually, I don't think I want less bass on that. And now for a marimba, the final instrument. Oh, I forgot to name this. We call this marimba. So I want to give this some chorus. Works just like a synth. It has a needs a lot of that shimmer. So let me also saturate it. Yes. And that's really all I needed from it. So let me put this into accompaniment reverb. And let me check and make sure that that sounds right. That part of the song makes me want to learn how to play piano. Oh yeah, that's because this. Let's see. This is a hard piano line though. But it is a beautiful piano line. Let me see if I can play it. If I can. I don't know if is my keyboard not plugged in. It's not working. I'm getting input, but I think I'm pointing to a bad channel. Because wow, this isn't even. These notes aren't even coming in. That's weird. Oh wow, I'm not getting any sound at all. What? Oh, because I have that one muted out. Duh. Whoops. So it's like, where is it? Where's the octave? It's just an arpeggio, that's all. It's hard to play, but you know, it's you'd have to practice that. It's just an arpeggio, really. That's a cool line. So the marimba. So that means we're pretty much all done. So I can just play the. I'll just play it all the way through while I do some naming and saving, and then you guys can hear it. Piano's not loud enough. I think that the way that all these instruments have to fit together is kind of tight, because there's so many instruments going on at once. That's good. Also, this whole thing is very loud. I need to do some Maximus on it and try to get it cut down in volume without making it sound quieter. Let's see our bands. Let's see, the bass pretty much starts right here. Let's see. So we got it down to 6. Ah, now that we have the bass come in, it gets a little louder. And we still get a good sharp punch on the bass. That's good. You don't want too sharp of a punch on it anyway. Now for the middle, I'm gonna try to cut it down to 3 dB. That's just a lot. Now the highs, I'm gonna try to cap it at 6 again. Now I want to go to the loudest part of the song, which is this and the other part, I think. So. I want to turn down the choir. Yeah, the choir is really loud. But it's kind of getting drowned out by the bass. Harmonica can come down a bit. Flute can come down, the strings can go up. Not that much. Nice. Let's see. All right, that sounds pretty good. Let's see. This tool of your works reminds me of applications for programming systems. Ah, this is you mean Maximus, right? This is like, because this is like, looks like a lot of curves on a graph to me. So that might require some programming. But that's cool. Yeah, a lot of this is like dipping into programming. So now I just want to go for, let me listen to the original. I want to go and compare it. Now the snare is definitely the loudest, and it is. The hi-hats can cool it. I want to high pass the strings a bit. High pass some of this stuff so that it doesn't intrude on anything else. What is the lowest note of the strings? The lowest note of the strings is probably that intro. And this one right here. And I want to high pass some of this too. And I want to take down some of the highs. Oh wow, that really took it down drastically. Whatever we did there, like the high passing. That means that we can kind of push the middles a bit harder now because they were kind of quiet. So let's just try to bump everything up. All the middle, all the lead instruments. Yes. Nice. Hey Sam, have you ever considered remaking the DKC3 GBA music? Lots of great tracks by David Wise that often go overlooked because most don't realize that GBA had a completely different score from this NES. I have looked into it, but the GBA is going to be way too hard for like two reasons. One, there's so many more libraries that came out 10 years later, so there's so many more libraries out that to choose from, and so it makes it hard to figure out which libraries he actually used. On top of that, the quality is like even lower, so it makes it doubly hard. And those libraries that are out, they cost more. They cost money now. Like you can't find them online for free. So that is another reason that like I would have to spend actual money on them. So I'd have to do a fundraiser for this, even if I found them. I'd have to be like, hey, people need, like, I need to do a crowdfunder to get the money to restore this soundtrack. Because some of these, like, Stylus Remix, I don't have that. It's the Stylus Remix was used on the drums, and that is for like $400 digital machine. I don't have the money for that. But on top of that, I don't even know what half the stuff, like half the little synth lines that they used in that thing, I don't even know where they come from. So it would be a challenge for sure. A huge challenge. One that I'm not really prepared to undertake. Maybe one day I'll do the what is it, Stilt Village, because I do like the Stilt Village of like one. So I might do like little individual tracks here and there if I can find it, but that's a big if. That's like almost not possible. Did you ever run into sounds that can't be found on old synthesizers? If you do you usually just try to recreate them to the best of your ability? Yeah, actually, I do that. That does happen sometimes. Like with this soundtrack, the wave used in Danger in the boss tune is like this drum hit. It's like this really weird. Like I've never heard anything like it. It's like let's see if I can find it. Let's see. I call it mallet hit or something like that. Yeah, this thing. This is the one where they do. They play it an octave and it's like. Play something like that. And it's some kind of, I don't know what this is. This is like, pretty sure this is the root note right here, but it's like some kind of Japanese ensemble drum hit. Because I can hear what sounds like a tom, or like a tom level drum. And then there's something at the top. Like if you go and low pass it, it's like, that sounds like a timpani almost, or something, but it doesn't sound like a timpani. And then there's something at the top that you can only hear if you high pass this thing. There's like some kind of click, like a wood block thing at the top. I don't know what that is. So what I would do in this situation is just kind of try to approximate it as best I can. Like there's some, I know he used the Akai CD-ROMs, and there's some Japanese drums in there. So probably if I can't find if I can't find the source of this, what I'll try to do is just grab a bunch of those Japanese drums and just make a big hit out of them. And try to approximate, because it does sound like a Japanese drum, so I'll probably just do that. So that's probably what I'll end up doing, because I cannot find this anywhere. But anyway, So back on track. That's gave us a definitely hearing the wood block. Yeah, it's like a wood block at the top there. T T, and it's got a ton of reverb on it, whatever it is. So I don't know if that already had the reverb on it or if he added that in just to because it would be crazy to add that in the SNES. Like it's not going to sound nearly the same. So he probably added reverb on top of that. I'm guessing, like, if I had to guess, I would say what he probably did is just took the Akai S1000 or whatever it was, like CD-ROMs, the Akai CD-ROMs, and found the Japanese drums and just put a bunch of those into a hit and ran it through reverb. So that might be what I'll try to do later, is try to recreate it like that. But actually, I might be able to look into that, but I don't want to do that now. I'll do that later. If I can, I can't even spare any plugs right now. Actually, I can spare this one because I don't need my MIDI out anymore. So, like, oh wow. If I go into my collection, see, the thing is, it's not even loading. Oh, there it is. So I have this in a drive. You guys can't see this, but I have this in a drive. I have my collection of Akai CD-ROMs here. And if I go to Contact 5, I can open this. And I'm not sure what bank this was in. This was like, let's see, I can preview the banks here. I'm not even sure, but I'll find it later. Yeah, I'll probably just recreate that. So that was definitely a big explanation. But let's get back to mastering this track because I'm almost done. I think I don't need as many highs on the... there's some space here, so I have some space, and what I want to do with that space is make the marimba louder because it's kind of faint. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna try putting this on my speaker so I can get a different perspective. So I'm gonna mute my mic. Nice. Okay, I think that's good. That about does it. So this will be on, I'm going to try to get this on YouTube today, but I have work today, so we shall see. So this is where I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to go and make the video, and it should be up momentarily, like in another hour or so. So, all right, y'all, thanks for coming to the stream, and this is where we're going to stop it. Jam and Sam, out.